Hi there, warm welcome. You're watching Times Now and I'm Meghna Dekha. We are going to tell you how the hearts of the left and the Congress party are now pleading for the red terror. What about the victims is what the BJP asks. Let's get you. That is going to be the top focus story here on Times Now and I'm Meghna Dekha. Well, the government has pledged to create a Naxal Mukt Bharat. But the left has raised questions. The Communist Party of India's General Secretary, D. Raja, has demanded that the government accept proposals made by Naxals, asking, what is this Naxal Mukt Bharat? He has warned that if the BJP and RSS continue to rule, the future of India will be in peril. He also called for the removal of the BJP and RSS to save both India and its constitution. Apparently, BJP and RSS are threats to the nation. In fact, watch what he has to say.
I demand that the government should accept the proposal made by the Maoists, Naxals. What is this Naxal Mukt Bharat? Already they spoke about Congress Mukt Bharat. What happened to Congress Mukt Bharat? Now Naxal Mukt Bharat. Tomorrow they will say Communist Mukt Bharat. And everybody, what is this? They are talking and they think about India. This constitution is clear. India, that is a secular democratic republic. And that is why charge of war they are talking about. How danger the country is facing.
Well, in fact, after D. Raja's shocking statement comes in, now you have Congress leader Udit Raj, who has sparked off another controversy over the remarks on Naxalism. He's claimed that people take up arms due to exploitation, suggesting that there must be reasons behind these actions. Watch this.
See what happened, recently I was in Durg. So a lot of murmuring is there that the people say that of course innocent people are also being killed. And those who have taken the gun and they were forced to take the gun. And the way that contractors, forest contractors, forest officers, the police and local mafia, you exploit tribals and they are women. And that is also one of the reasons that they have taken the gun. I'm not supporting Naxalism.
Well, there you have it, the excuses which are coming in from Udit Raj. Of course, he says, I don't support Naxalism. However, there is a reason behind all of it. That's what we must introspect about. Perhaps we are going to introspect about several different forms of terrorism as well and where the genesis lies. But can we pardon that? Meanwhile, there's a storm over D. Raja's comments which has triggered off a fierce political backlash with the BJP targeting the opposition bloc over his remarks on the Naxal Mukt Bharat operation. In fact, reacting sharply, the BJP has accused the CPI and the Congress of siding with Naxals, claiming both the parties are giving ideological support to red terror. Watch this.
Now you have communist leaders saying that there should be talks with the Naxals. What is Naxal Mukt Bharat? Naxalism was categorized as the biggest internal security threat by the UP government, by the Congress government, which the left was supporting. Today, when Naxalism has come down from 150 districts to just few districts, and India will be Naxal-free by 2026 March, that is the strong resolve of the Home Minister, then they are saying that Naxals should be there in the country. These are the people who killed our Jawans, they killed innocent citizens, but Communists and Congress, their heart always beats for terrorists.
Well, let me go across to Mohit Bhatt, who's joining us with more details. Mohit, it's ironical. The UPA, under its own tenure, had said that Naxalism is one of the greatest national threats that we have, and it threatens our national security itself. Today, why are leaders from the left, the alliance partners of the Congress, as well as Congress leaders coming out and making excuses for red terror?
Well, Meghna, in fact, that is the question that BJP is raising, that Naxalism is a big threat to the internal security of the country, and Home Ministry under the leadership of Home Minister Amit Shah and the security forces have vowed that by March 2026, the Naxalism would be eliminated from the country. Then why such statement has come in from D. Raja? This is what the BJP is saying, and the BJP says that the Congress and the India Alliance, so because they are not just isolating the CPI on this, they are also attacking the Congress and the other political parties, saying that the India Alliance have always been a bit compassionate or a bit softer towards Naxalism, and perhaps that is why Naxalism grew so much that it had their fangs in around 150 districts. But due to the strong action, the iron fist by the Home Ministry and our forces, it has been reduced to just few districts in the country. And that is where the BJP says that Congress party and CPI always had a soft corner for the Naxalists. Now, these are the people who killed innocent people. These are the people who did not allow the development of their respective areas. And now that an action is being taken, the CPI and the other parties are raising questions on it. Also, Meghna, Home Minister Amit Shah, just few days ago, while he was at an anti-Naxal program, in his speech, he clearly stated that there will be no ceasefire with the Naxalists or the Maoists. They have to give up their arms, or they will have to face the consequences. So a message has gone loud and clear from the Home Ministry, and the BJP says that this is why the Naxalism spread all throughout the country, because the Congress and the India Alliance always had a soft corner for them, and they are dangerous for the internal security of the country.
Absolutely right, and which is why today questions are being asked about why the change on the stand of Naxalism. In fact, let's get you what exactly it is that the BJP is saying. We are going to show you on the big plasma what Amit Malviya has posted, the latest one which is coming in. He says that it is surprising that CPI leader D. Raja has chosen to side with the Naxals as ideological fellow travelers so late in the day. This is nothing short of betrayal. Urban Naxals, another term which has been brought in by Amit Malviya, saying urban Naxals who were meant to provide political and civil society cover fire to their violent comrades have abandoned them when it truly mattered. Now, D. Raja demands that the government accept the Maoist proposals. This is ludicrous. The government has made it clear, surrender arms or else face the law. There will be no talks with those who kill, exploit and terrorize the poor and the tribals. India will never bow to Naxals. The March deadline, which was set for the Naxal Mukt Bharat, is cast in stone, and it will end by March 2026. That's the deadline which was given by the Union Home Minister Amit Shah as well, that by March 2026, India is going to be Naxal Mukt. In fact, Amit Malviya goes on to say that irony dies 1,000 deaths when D. Raja cites the constitution to defend the nationals when they declared goal is to overthrow it. But Raja isn't wrong about one thing. Congress and the communists may soon face extinction. Remember, D. Raja had talked about Congress Mukt Bharat, and now the latest mantra coming in from the NDA, he says, is Naxal Mukt Bharat. He, however, says that none of them will happen. But you have Amit Malviya saying Congress, after the decades of brazen appeasement and siding with Islamic terror groups, and Naxalism is now fighting for relevance. So a parallel is being drawn by Amit Malviya, first on Congress's what he calls appeasement to Islamic terror, and then he says now you have a similar appeasement towards red terror. But let's also get you how there is a big difference in the way that we have seen Naxal terror, Maoist terror being tackled by the two governments. Earlier the UPA, and then let's contrast it with the NDA. Under UPA, between 2004-2014, their 10-year, you had 16,463 instances of red terror being reported. Under NDA, which is 2014 to 2024, again a 10-year tenure that we are looking at, the number has come down to 7,744 instances. The Maoist violence itself has reduced by over 70% between the two. You have this figure on your screens. Also, let's show you under UPA, you had 1,851 security personnel who were killed. Under NDA, you had 500 security personnel who were killed. This is less than 73%, a 73% decline when it comes to the targeting of security personnel, those who have been martyred. Well, there you have it. This is what the BJP is pointing out to say that this is the iron fist which is going to be used to those who break the law. Now, meanwhile, underlining that the 31st of March deadline is going to be there. You just heard how Amit Malviya, I was telling you about, had posted that the March 2026 deadline is there, which has been set by the centre, saying that armed Naxalism is going to be met with an iron fist. You had Home Minister Amit Shah earlier rejecting the recent misleading statement by the CPIM, offering to lay down the arms and seeking a ceasefire, saying that there shall be no ceasefire at the security forces end. Listen in.
ये बहुत बड़ा नीतिगत परिवर्तन हुआ और वो परिवर्तन के कारण ही ये परिणाम मिला। स्कैटर्ड अप्रोच की जगह यूनिफाइड और रूथलेस स्ट्रेटेजी को अपनाने का काम भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार ने किया।
Well, there you have it. The resolve is very clear that you must surrender is a clear message going out to the Red Terror, and those who are in the garb of ideology have now turned towards murder, extortion, kidnapping and persecution of the poor and the tribals. You just heard the Union Home Minister say that. Meanwhile, let's get you some more statistics which is going to put everything into perspective. We are going to show you the amount of districts which were most affected by Naxalism. In Chhattisgarh in 2014, it was 18,000 square kilometers of area which was affected by the Red Terror. In 2024, it's come down to 8,500. You can see how there has been a huge decline in the number of areas which have been affected in Chhattisgarh by Naxalism. If you contrast it to the districts which were most affected, 2014 overall, this is 126 such districts were affected, and in 2025 it's only down to 12 districts. These are only 12 districts currently which are affected by Naxal terror, which is why the Union Home Minister has made it very clear, even in this 12 districts, they are going to ensure that there is complete clamp down on it. Either you surrender your arms or else you face the long arm of justice. Well, this is going to be one of the big political stories that we are tracking for you here on Time.